Hi students, Miss Tobin here, hoping that this video finds you well. I'm going to be showing you a number talk strategy that goes very well with our last strategy that we had last week. Last week we had counting back, and this week we have adding up, okay? So you are going to notice that this strategy can be used for subtraction, just like last week, and you're going to notice that we're using a number line with the numbers that we're trying to figure out. So I'm going to draw an open number line, and at this point, at home, make sure you have a scrap piece of paper and a pencil so you can work along with me. So go ahead and get that. I'm going to draw my open number line. All right, so I'm going to give you a subtraction problem, and together we're going to work through it using a new strategy that's going to look very similar to last week's strategy. Okay, so we're going to have 81 minus 49. That is what we're going to work through on our open number line. Last week, for counting back, we started with the greatest number, and we worked towards the second number, right? This week, for adding up, we actually do the opposite. We start with 49, which will be over here, and we'll work toward 81. And we're going to see the distance between these two numbers. So the distance between the two numbers, the reason why we're finding that is because that's what's going on with subtraction. We're finding the difference between them and the distance. So from this plot to this plot, how many are in between? So that's why this strategy is going to be very helpful if you want to have a picture in your mind of what's actually going on. So we're going to get started. Whatever I do, you do. We have 49 for our first plot. Just like last week, we are going to figure out landmark numbers that are easy for us to get to with whatever number we're dealing with. So 49 is very close to a specific landmark number. I would say 50. So we're going to plot 50. Now from 49 to 50, what's the distance between those two numbers? It's just 1. So I'm going to make a hill. And inside this hill, I'm going to put plus 1. I'm keeping track of how many numbers I'm passing. What is the distance as I go, okay? So now I'm at 50, and I have to get to 81. I'm trying to get here, okay? And I'm actually going to put it over here, just 81. So we have 49, and we have 81. We're trying to find the distance between those two numbers. I'm at 50 right now, and I want to figure out another landmark number that I can hop to that's going to be easy for me to get to so I can keep going on my journey to 81. Now, you could do a hill of 10. That would lead us to 60. You could do a hill of 20. That would lead us to 70. But you could do a hill of 30 to lead us to 80, and that would be the closest. So let's do that. We're going to plot 80 right here. My question is, what do I add to 50 to get the number 80? 50 plus what equals 80? 50 plus 30 is 80. So I'm going to put 30 in here. 50 plus 30 gives us 80. We are now at 80. Now all I have to do is figure out the distance from where I am to where I want to be. Okay? 80 plus what gives me 81? Plus 1. That's it. 80 plus 1 gives us 81. So the cool thing about this strategy is just like counting back, we have the math that we need to figure out the distance between 49 and 81. That was made possible because we were labeling as we go. These hills make it so easy for you as the mathematician to figure out, if you put them all together, to figure out the distance. So let's add them together. We have 1 plus 30 plus 1. That will give us the difference between these two numbers. So add it up, put the math on your paper. This equals 32. That is my answer, okay? So the distance between 49 and 81 is 32. And let's check our math. Let's see if it works out. 49 plus 32, it will give us the number that we started with. So let's try it out. 9 plus 2 equals 11, so I'm going to put my 1 from my 11 down here. I'm going to put the 10 in 11 over here because this is the tens place, this is the ones place. Now I have 10 plus 40 plus 30. That's actually the value, right? Because they're in the tens place. So 10 plus 40 is 50, 50 plus 30 is 80. We got it. Lovely. So now it's your turn. I'm going to give you 2 practice problems, and I want to make sure that you do this on your own during this week, and make sure that you take a picture and send it to your teacher so we know that you can do the strategy and you're trying it out on some subtraction problems. So here we go. Your first one is going to be 103 minus 37. Just going to put it right here. And your second one is going to be 219 minus 105. Woo! You're going to have to use some landmark numbers. And the cool thing about this, it works just the same. Landmark numbers can work all throughout, even greater than 100. So if you have 105 and you're having to get to 219, maybe one of the hops is getting to 200, right? So just think about that, brainstorm, and I know you can do this. Once you have these down and you're showing the work just like we did up here, make sure you take a picture for your teacher to see. We can't wait to see how you are using your brains and using new strategies. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye!